What if the very first thing you see at your front door isn't just a decoration, but a silent invitation, an energy beacon shaping your path to abundance, peace, and meaningful fortune? Not only for guests or neighbors, but for the unseen currents of life that flow continuously, waiting for your welcome. Welcome, dear friend, to Buddhist Wisdom Daily. Here we explore how the simple act of choosing what stands before your home can open or close the door to profound transformation. Today we'll journey into a subtle world where ancient wisdom and mindful practice meet, the language of plants, space, and energy. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to effortlessly attract wealth, luck, and opportunity? It might not be just fate or hard work alone. The secret hidden in plain sight could be right at their doorstep. Our homes are more than shelter. They are energetic landscapes, reflections of our inner world. And the entrance, the threshold where the outside meets the inside, is the mouth of Qi, the vital life force. It is where the flow of abundance pauses before entering your life. Today, we explore 3 special plants revered by billionaires and sages alike, plants that silently communicate wealth, harmony, and resilience. But more than that, we will learn how these living beings can teach us to cultivate mindfulness, intention, and grace. As we go, I invite you to breathe deeply with me. Feel into your space. What energy greets you at your door? What story does your entrance tell? May this journey awaken not just your environment, but your spirit. Let's begin. The Fiddle Leaf Fig is more than a houseplant. It is a sentinel of prosperity and a symbol of upright growth, a living altar of abundance. Tall, commanding, yet graceful, its broad, glossy leaves reach skyward, like hands opening to the heavens. In the ancient framework of Eastern spatial harmony, shapes and forms carry meaning. The fiddle leaf fig's rounded leaves embody generosity, completeness, and smooth energy flow. There are no sharp edges to cut the movement of Qi. Instead, it invites a gentle embrace. Its vertical stature is a mirror to our deepest aspirations, the human spirit reaching beyond limitations toward growth, dignity, and clarity. When placed mindfully at your front door, the Fiddle Leaf Fig serves as a guardian of your home's energetic threshold. It filters chaotic or stagnant currents and welcomes a refined, upward-moving force. It is an emblem of renewal and steady progress. Within the 5 elements, this plant is the embodiment of wood, growth, springtime, opportunity. Introducing this element at your threshold is like planting spiritual seeds at the border of your inner sanctuary in the world. But the plant's power is not just symbolic, it responds to care and intention. Watering the Fiddle Leaf Fig with presence, rotating it to catch the light, and gently dusting its leaves become rituals, energetic exchanges that deepen your relationship with your space and your karma. In Buddhist terms, this practice is a form of right action, mindful tending to life in all forms. Through this simple attention, the plant becomes a living partner, reflecting your inner clarity and grounding your family's path in ethical abundance. Moreover, the Fiddle Leaf Fig purifies the air, clears mental fog, and softens tension. It brings freshness not only physically, but energetically, uplifting the spirit and enhancing decision-making. Choose a ceramic or earthy pot to ground the plant's upward energy. Small tokens, coins, amulets, or written affirmations placed beneath the soil can enrich this symbolic resonance, rooting your intentions deep. If the entrance space cannot hold the Fiddle Leaf Fig, the southeast corner of your home, the classical well sector, offers a powerful alternative. Here, too, the plant's rising energy activates fortune, aligned with care and orientation. This plant is no mere trend. For those who understand where it stands, stagnation dissolves. Where it grows, opportunity quietly unfolds. And for the attentive caregiver, Fortune awakens steadily and with grace. The Fiddle Leaf Fig reminds us that growth is not chaotic or forced. It is dignified, deliberate, and aligned with natural rhythms. Just as the Buddha taught the middle way, not excess, not deprivation, the plant teaches balance, rising steadily with purpose and care. In our own lives, how often do we rush toward success only to lose clarity and peace? The plant encourages us to root deeply. Seek the energy at your doorstep is an external reflection of your inner state. By cultivating this living sentinel, you nurture not only your home, but your spirit. This is the subtle magic of mindful placement, a small act with the power to shape your destiny. If the Fiddle Leaf Fig is the proud sentinel standing tall and dignified, then Cuban Oregano is the humble guardian, quietly powerful in its subtlety. Often overlooked for its modest size and simple appearance, this fragrant herb carries within it a gentle strength that softens, protects, and nurtures. Its velvety, rounded leaves release a calming aroma that is much more than a pleasant scent. It is a vibration, a balm to the restless mind. In the language of Feng Shui, Cuban oregano carries a refined wood energy that is both nourishing and protective. Unlike plants demanding elaborate care, Cuban oregano asks only for your presence, your mindful tending, not indulgence nor neglect. This balance reflects the Buddha's middle way, teaching us to cultivate our environment and ourselves with steady awareness and care. Placed near your home's threshold, the sacred border between the chaotic outer world and your inner sanctuary, Cuban oregano acts as a silent filter. It softens harsh energies, dissipates emotional static, and creates a field of calm clarity. Imagine living in a bustling city where energies constantly surge and collide. This small plant, with its gentle fragrance, becomes a shield of peace, a fragrant sentinel that welcomes steadiness and filters out tension. Its calming aroma touches not only the senses, but the deeper layers of consciousness, stirring memory and opening the heart center. In many Asian households, Cuban oregano is a symbol of modest, dependable wealth, an abundance grown from consistency, humility, and ethical effort, not from reckless chance. In Buddhist practice, wealth rooted in inner alignment endures across generations. Cuban oregano teaches this truth through its form, its growth, and its quiet presence. It reminds us that true prosperity is not loud or flashy. It is steady, resilient, and born from harmony within. Beyond its symbolism, Cuban oregano holds practical energetic functions. It neutralizes discord, softens interpersonal tensions, and uplifts the mood of a home. Many guests feel an unexplainable lightness upon entering spaces where this plant flourishes. In energetic terms, it acts as both attractor and protector. Its lush green leaves, tinged with silver, suggest freshness and grounded vitality, qualities that invite flow and deter stagnation. In Feng Shui, the front door is where karma arrives or dissolves. Cuban oregano, with its balanced energy, acts as a conscious gatekeeper, quietly setting boundaries. It does not repel aggressively but whispers, "Not here," to negativity and chaos. This plant also lends itself to mindful rituals. Before a challenging day, gently rubbing a leaf and inhaling its scent while affirming, "I step forward with grace," creates a small energetic seal, a moment of intentional transition into calm presence. If the plant begins to thrive and spread, it signals that your home's energy field is becoming conducive to prosperity and peace. But if it wilts or drops leaves unexpectedly, it may be a subtle messenger urging you to examine emotional residue or tension within the household. In these moments, gentle cleansing, opening windows, burning sacred herbs, reciting gratitude, can restore balance, both for the plant and for the family's qui. Cuban oregano's resilience reflects the nature of wealth it attracts, enduring, adaptable, and unshakable. It tolerates modest watering, thrives without direct sunlight, and persists in diverse climates, teaching us that steadiness often comes from simplicity. For those living near sharp street corners or staircases that create fast-moving energy, placing Cuban oregano by the entrance acts as a soft buffer. It slows down rushing qi, allowing wealth and good fortune to linger rather than slip away. To honor this plant's spirit, consider surrounding it with round-leafed companions, grounding stones, or small water features to balance and soften the energetic environment. In sum, Cuban oregano is the fragrant sentinel of peace, a humble guardian whose presence declares, "This is a space of calm intention." It invites fortune to enter gently, nurtured by harmony rather than force. This plant teaches a profound lesson. Not all strength is loud or forceful. The Buddhist teachings on compassion and wisdom emphasize gentle power, a calm center from which true resilience springs. How often do we push, grasp, or strive with frantic energy, only to find exhaustion? Cuban oregano invites us to cultivate steady presence, to nurture our lives and environments with consistent care and mindful intention. Its fragrant leaves remind us to breathe deeply, return to calmness, and approach challenges with grace. It reflects the inner harmony we seek, showing that true wealth arises from peaceful, balanced energy. In this way, Cuban oregano is not just a plant, but a spiritual teacher. By placing it at your threshold, you declare your home a sanctuary of gentle strength, a space where prosperity flows naturally through mindful alignment. Among the many plants that grace a home, few carry the quiet dignity and grounded strength of the corn plant. Known also as Dracæna fragrans, this unassuming guardian embodies perseverance, ambition, and steady success. It does not demand attention with flamboyance, but holds space with calm authority. Its tall, upright trunk and radiant green leaves, layered in perfect symmetry, echo the natural order of balance and focus. In the metaphysical language of Feng Shui, this plant radiates the energy of yang, upward movement, clarity, and vitality, all essential for cultivating lasting prosperity. When placed thoughtfully near your home's entrance, the corn plant becomes a pillar of support for your goals and intentions. It reminds us that success is not a flash of luck or an explosive leap, but a slow, steady climb fueled by patience and integrity. In Buddhist teachings, the path of cultivation, the Bodhisattva's journey, is marked by consistent, compassionate effort. The corn plant mirrors this spiritual truth. It does not rush, but it rises steadily, rooted deeply in the earth while reaching toward the light. Its glossy leaves reflect sunlight and expand outward with harmonious symmetry. This visual balance is more than aesthetic. It is a symbol of mental and emotional equilibrium. When the plant thrives, it reflects a home where energy flows evenly, where decisions are made with clarity, and where tension softens into calm resolve. Beyond form, the corn plant holds a subtle fragrance, especially when mature, which reaches into the most delicate layers of consciousness. The scent, natural and unobtrusive, acts as a spiritual thread, uplifting mood, clearing stale emotion, and reminding the soul of the beauty of stillness amid action. In some traditions, when a corn plant blooms indoors, it is considered a sign that karmic cycles have ripened, a reward for steady effort and ethical living. This blooming is a rare gift, a whisper from the universe that alignment is unfolding. Practically, the corn plant purifies air, transforms stagnant energy, and creates a welcoming atmosphere. When positioned at the main entrance, it acts as the last energetic filter before qi flows into the home's sacred interior. Its presence supports those whose work demands sharp focus, eloquent speech, and clear vision, whether in leadership, negotiation, or creative pursuits. The vertical energy of the plant encourages mental clarity and a steady will, qualities essential for navigating complex challenges. The plant's symbolism extends beyond the material. Wrapping a simple red thread around its stalk, as some traditions do, seals intentions and anchors aspirations in the physical world. This ritual, though quiet and unobtrusive, binds thought and action, spirit and matter. In homes marked by chaos or uncertainty, the corn plant offers grounding. It does not erase hardship, but nurtures the conditions for clarity and growth. Where it flourishes, impulsivity fades, thoughtful planning returns, and delayed projects begin to move forward. To deepen its power, some place coins or citrine stones beneath the soil, symbols of circulating wealth and manifestation. These small offerings strengthen the plant's role as a botanical ally on the path toward prosperity. Placement matters. The corn plant should occupy a well-lit spot where it can see movement and be acknowledged daily. A gentle touch, a word of gratitude, or a mindful pause in its presence is an act of connection, an invitation to participate in the sacred rhythm of space and time. Through such attention, the corn plant becomes more than decoration. It becomes a mirror of your deepest aspirations. It holds space for becoming, reminding you that strength rooted in patience and clarity births wealth not from force but flow. To place this plant at your entrance is to declare, "Here we rise with grace. Here success is cultivated, not chased. Here we stand steady, prepared for what unfolds." The corn plant teaches an essential dharma. True ambition is patient and grounded. It is not frantic grasping, but a calm, ethical progression aligned with natural law. This aligns beautifully with the Buddhist teaching on right effort, the middle path between laziness and overexertion. We learn that enduring success arises from steady, mindful cultivation, not hurried or forceful chasing. How often do we seek quick results, only to find exhaustion or imbalance? The corn plant encourages us to root deeply, align intention and action, and trust the natural unfolding of our journey. In your own life, the plant's upward stretch invites reflection. What am I growing toward? How can I balance ambition with compassion and clarity? By welcoming the corn plant into your home's threshold, you bring a living symbol of this wisdom. You cultivate a space where ambition and peace coexist, where success is nurtured through alignment and grace. While certain plants invite prosperity, harmony, and growth, others, though beautiful or resilient, can unknowingly block the blessings meant for your home. The doorway is sacred, the energetic mouth through which fortune and life's gifts enter. And what stands here speaks volumes to the unseen currents that shape your reality. Let's explore 5 types of plants and trees that are best avoided at this crucial threshold, not out of superstition, but as mindful guardians of energy flow. Cacti and roses, with their bold silhouettes and defensive thorns, command respect in the natural world. Yet their sharp points symbolize piercing energy, protective in the wild but potentially disruptive when stationed near your front door. In Feng Shui, thorns represent cutting qi, energy that slices rather than flows smoothly. Placed at the threshold, such plants may repel rather than welcome, sending a subtle message of tension and defense. Though roses embody beauty and love, their thorns whisper caution, heartbreak, and guardedness. This duality reflects a truth in Buddhist thought. Even beauty carries suffering if one is not mindful. At your doorstep, where openness and invitation are key, the sharp energy of thorns can create subtle unease, restless nights, strained relationships, or projects that falter. This is not to condemn these plants, but to honor their nature by placing them where their protective force is needed. Balconies, gardens facing busy streets, or creative spaces where boundaries are essential. Balancing thorny plants with roundleaf companions, water features, or grounding stones can soften their sharp energy, inviting harmony back into the space. Large trees near the entrance, with wide canopies and dense foliage, can be majestic. Their roots anchor deep, and their shade offers shelter. Yet in the subtle language of space and spirit, too much shade at your doorway can dim not only light, but the vibrant flow of qi. The front door is likened to the spiritual lungs of your home, a portal where fresh opportunity breathes in. When overshadowed, this breath becomes heavy, slowed, and muddied. Too much shade invites excess yin, introspection, rest, but also inertia and withdrawal. While yin balances yang, imbalance leads to dimming of vision, hesitation, and loss of motivation. In Buddhist mindfulness, awareness begins with seeing clearly. A front entrance shadowed by a heavy tree canopy may feel like a subtle prison, confining your potential and dulling your spirit. If removal is not an option, pruning with gratitude and intention acts as a ritual release of blockage. Soft lighting near the doorway can restore young presence. Placing earth element guardians or planters at the base helps anchor energy, while mirrors inside circulate light without pushing energy outward. A dense canopy near your door may symbolize karmic entanglements or emotional attachments. The home becomes a microcosm of our inner world. When energy stagnates, so do opportunities. In all living things, decay is natural, a mirror of impermanence taught clearly in Buddhist sutras. Yet dead or dying plants at your entrance carry a heavy energetic message. They signal endings, neglect, and stagnation. Their wilted leaves and dry stems absorb and broadcast the weariness of the space. They invite delays, financial fatigue, and emotional distance, often unnoticed consciously but deeply felt energetically. Such plants silently whisper stories of promises unkept, intentions postponed, and energy left unresolved. Their physical presence also invites pests and stale air, further confirming the stagnation of qi. Removing these plants mindfully, offering gratitude, burning incense, reciting intentions, transforms the act into a cleansing ritual, freeing space for renewal. Replacing them with vibrant, intention-aligned plants symbolizes new beginnings and conscious care. Though the mulberry tree offers nourishing leaves and fruit, in many East Asian traditions, it carries a linguistic and symbolic association with mourning, funeral rites, and grief. This vibration, whether literal or subtle, makes it an unsuitable guardian at the entrance of a home where joy, prosperity, and protection are meant to flow. Its dense foliage can block sunlight and air, fostering yin energy that encourages retreat, isolation, and emotional heaviness. In Buddhist understanding, light symbolizes awareness and compassion. A home struggling to receive light at its threshold risks dimming its spirit, making inspiration and opportunity harder to grasp. If grown, the mulberry tree belongs in the backyard or garden sanctuary, places where its healing gifts can flourish without obstructing vital energy. Some trees carry ancestral memory and spirit. Banyan, sacred fig, and large weeping fig are among them. Revered near temples and shrines, these trees house deep yin energy, stillness, inwardness, and connection to the unseen. While this energy is essential for meditation and reverence, it is ill-suited to the active threshold of a home. Planted at the front door, their heavy-rooted energy can anchor qi in place, blocking movement, delaying progress, and inviting karmic heaviness. Their sprawling roots may also cause physical damage, symbolic of emotional or familial entanglements that slow growth. Buddhist teachings remind us to honor the past with respect, but not to be trapped by it. Such trees are best placed at a respectful distance, gardens, meditation groves, or the edges of property, where they teach humility and stillness without stagnating the household's life force. If removal is impossible, Harmonize their presence with sound, bells, chimes, movement, water features, bamboo, and intention, offerings, prayers, to balance their deep energy. As we reach the close of this journey, let us pause and consider the doorway not just as an architectural feature, but as a sacred threshold, a meeting point between your inner world and the vast universe outside. For centuries, Eastern sages and Buddhist practitioners have recognized that energy does not lie. The plants, trees, and objects at your entrance speak silently but powerfully on your behalf. A fiddle leaf fig standing tall whispers of your readiness for growth and dignified abundance. Cuban oregano, with its humble fragrance, speaks of steady peace and balanced wealth. The corn plant anchors ambition and patience and clarity. Together, they form a living altar of aspiration, harmony, and resilience. Yet as we have seen, some plants, sharp thorns, overshadowing trees, dying greenery, mulberries, or spiritually heavy elders, though beautiful or revered, can cast shadows over your doorway's light. This is not a matter of superstition, but of mindful awareness, recognizing that energy flows like water, easily diverted or blocked by what stands in its path. Buddhism teaches us the preciousness of intention. It is not the object itself, but the will behind it that shapes our experience. To plant a tree because it is trendy is very different from planting it as a symbol of personal transformation and ethical growth. So I invite you now to become the mindful gardener of your own life. Step outside. See your entrance with fresh eyes as if for the first time. Notice what grows, what blocks, what invites. Remove with gratitude what no longer serves. Bless your space. Choose your plants not for fashion, but for meaning. Let your doorway be a sanctuary of clarity and intention, a space that breathes with openness, inviting not only guests but unseen blessings. Place a single vibrant plant with care and devotion. Add a coin, a red ribbon, or a crystal beneath its soil. These small gestures root your hopes deeply and amplify your connection with the universe. This is not magic. This is mindful presence. This is the way of Feng Shui and Buddhist practice combined, aligning your outer environment with your inner path. Remember, fortune does not need to be summoned. It simply finds no reason to stay away when your doorway sings with life and intention. May the plant at your door stand strong. May your path be clear. May every step toward your home be a step toward greater fortune, resilience, and peace. Thank you for walking this path with me today. If this message has touched you, please like, share, and subscribe to Buddhist Wisdom Daily. Together, we create a quiet movement to restore ancient wisdom and mindful living. Write your intention in the comments. Speak it aloud. I welcome clear energy into my home. I invite harmony and abundance to enter. Today I plant something that supports the person I am becoming, and then walk forward with grace and intention.